Live, this is 8 News Now, Weekend Edition.
Good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on 8 News Now at 5. I'm Sasha Loftus. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker brought his presidential campaign to the Valley today. He spoke to a crowd of about 500 people at Nevada Partners in North Las Vegas. In the audience, his mother and uncle, both of whom live here in Las Vegas. Politics Now co-host Steve Sebelius sat down exclusively with Booker before the event. Steve.
Yeah, Sasha, Booker says Nevada is key to his presidential campaign strategy, and not just because he has family here. The state's early caucus represents the most diverse population in the first 3 states on the election calendar. Now, Booker calls himself a progressive, but he said today the more important factor in running for president is solving people's problems.
I know there's a lot of talk about ideology and the like, but I want to look people directly in their eyes and say, for the toughest problems in this country, we're going to make things materially better together.
Booker is considered a more moderate member of his party, especially when compared with rivals such as Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. In part, that reputation comes from his time as a city councilman and mayor of Newark, New Jersey. There, Booker developed a reputation as a hands-on, pragmatic problem solver, friendly to business, and not above personally shoveling residents' driveways after a big storm. He says there's not much room for ideology when you're responsible for making a city government run. Booker does, however, hold progressive positions supporting Medicare for all and criminal justice reforms, but he says it's important to him to connect with all voters, including Republicans, who feel shut out of the political system.
What are we doing? How are we talking to those people? They are Americans. And we've got to pledge ourselves to be a country that works for everybody. And we've got to be a party that speaks directly to the issues and the challenges and how they are feeling what so many people are feeling, being left out, left behind, or that the forces tearing our country up, tearing our country apart, are stronger than that unifying our country.
That message of unity found a lot of support in the standing room only crowd at today's rally, where Booker discussed everything from student debt relief to expunging the records of people convicted for marijuana drug offenses. Booker spoke for about half an hour before taking several questions from the audience and even making an impromptu cell phone video for a man whose daughter is currently serving in the U.S. Navy. But Booker said his candidacy comes with a challenge for voters as well as a promise.
I want to put a warning label on my candidacy. I did this when I started as a city councilman in Newark. If I am your president, I'm going to ask more from you. I'm not going to ask you to put up with more, or suffer through more, or deal with more injustice, but I'm going to ask you to serve more, to volunteer more, to engage more.
Well, Booker isn't the only candidate showing Nevada some love. Last Sunday, Elizabeth Warren spoke here in Las Vegas, and on Friday, California Senator Kamala Harris will make her first visit here as a presidential candidate. Sasha?
Well, Steve